Hey, it's
And
Thursday night, and you know what that means. It's another edition of Bandits on Wheels. Welcome to the B Stream, folks. I am Scotty P, and joining me here in the booth, Mr. Bepic. How are you this evening, sir?
I am fantastic. I'm so excited to be watching this match that I almost introed us just completely over you. That's just how ready I am to see this lights out team take on this Mirage team. These are two big dogs in this tournament. Two teams that I would put, in the side of the bracket that could make a run. So I'm excited to see what happens in this best of three. These two teams playing for a shot in the winners semifinal. Like I said, it is a best of three, so they're only going to need 2 wins to get there, Scotty.
Yes, indeed they will. Mirage coming in with a victory over Veracity in the previous round. Lights out. Victorious over Eclipse Esports. They'll be coming again the next round. The winner of this will be going on to play against the winners of Gentlemen and Team Joe Mama. But let's not hold them up any longer. Let's get them here on the field, here on Champions Field. Let's get them going with this best of three.
Oh, yeah. Both these teams good and warmed up right now. 2-0. Obviously, they have not lost yet because this is the winner's side of the bracket. But good and warmed up. We shouldn't see much rust on either side. So let's get into this. 5 minutes on the clock for game one. Let's see what happens.
Yes, indeed, as the kickoff goes into the zone for Kev Pert. They're going to take it up into the corner, get it past Vegas, but Nibber there to collect. Going to try to slow it down, take a little bit of control. Coco Ice marking them, but it's flicked on over. Doge Moon keeps that in, tries to put it towards the goal, but demoed for their troubles.
Oh, it's a good center. No one's going to be there, though. Mirage, they played a good bit of defense to start off this game one. And they had their opportunity in offense, but now it's Doge Moon putting a shot towards the net, but Vegas is awake on the blue back line. It's a game of counterattacks right now. Both teams taking their licks and delivering punches themselves. No one with a goal just yet, however.
Yeah, not just yet, but you put that ball on the net, even if it's from distance, you're forcing the teams into rotating to that ball, forcing them to make the defensive touch. If you get enough of those towards the net, there's a possibility that the rotations might break down. But as you said, first minute, relatively quiet, just a few shots from either side. So still looking for that first dangerous chance.
Yeah, I think this game one just kind of being used as a feeler game, as most game ones are. Both these teams trying to get a read on the other. Like we saw earlier on. Oh, hold that thought. Kevpert actually going to find the first goal about a minute 30 in. That's a great shot out of Kev.
Yeah, Tico's just not the best handle, didn't get it completely clear, and Kev makes no mistake, goes short side, sneaking it behind the goaltending player at the back post. So just a very good, accurate shot, and it is 1-0 in favor of Lights Out.
Yeah, and real quick, I want to make the point that recently Mirage has made a roster change. All right, well, I'm actually going to hold that thought again as Nibra off the pass from Vegas. Nearly a missed opportunity, but Nibra will find the goal.
Yeah, just unlucky touch there from Kev. It goes off the ceiling, drops down, ready and waiting into the waiting grill of Vegas. Gets it there for Nibra, so Mirage striking right back.
Yep, and then what I was going to talk about before, they so rudely interrupted Mirage. They had just made a roster move, Linear, their previous player retiring, and Tikaz is the replacement. So Nibra's going to find the second assisted from that new member, but I just wanted to talk about, that chemistry, and it may not be perfect just yet for this Mirage side, but, they're kind of shutting up that point as they've taken the lead here.
Yep, a nice 1-2-3 play. You had the 50-50 win, you had the pass off the backboard, and then the finish from Nibra. It has both of the Mirage goals here in the early goings. Going to be looking for a hat trick. The cross was in from Tico's, but Coco Ice count that one as a save.
Save's going to lead to pressure now. Though, broken up by Tikaz, and that was a good sequence at midfield for this Mirage side. It's not going to come away with possession for them. Nibra's going to have to play some goal line defense. That demo doing wonders right now. Going to allow Tikaz an opportunity to send that one into the orange box, and it won't quite reach it. But good plays out of Mirage to get possession back as quickly as it turns the other way.
Yeah, and two demos, one at the defensive end and one at the offensive end, relieves the pressure. They've got the ball in deep. They almost have the goal. Another great save from Coco Ice. They've completed a savior medal already as Vegas tries to stuff that one down, but couldn't quite get it past Doge Moon.
Mirage is playing a whole lot of offense right now. Lights out. They're going to have to find ways to break out and stay out of defense because Mirage is locking down that midfield, and it's so tough to get that equalizer, though. They have 2 minutes to do it, but it's very, very tough when you're stuck in your own half.
Yeah, shot 7-3 in favor of Mirage. Lights out, only able to muster one shot since that first minute, so it's been a lot of time in that orange defensive end for them. But there was a chance. Nibra did not let the flip get completely over them on the shot from Coco Ice, though.
No, but they're staying in the blue half. That's what's important right now for Lights Out. A great dribble out of defense to set up the shot. It will be off the post, and the counterattack is on, but Mirage, great work trying to get possession back there. Didn't quite work out in their favor as Kevpert took it all the way back down the line, and so Mirage back on defense once again.
Yeah, certainly two very high-level teams here showing off their skills. They both had their chances right now. The Mirage getting the better of Lights Out at this point. But we still got a minute to play, and it is just a one-goal game as Lights Out possibly threatening here in the corner.
Vegas deals so well with it. And then Tikaz is going to get in the way of Kevpert's exit. They could have turned there had Tikaz not gotten in the way and kind of stopped their momentum. So a minute left. Mirage, they played such good defense in sort of the middle of this game to get that one-goal lead. Now they're playing such good defense to kind of keep it. Nice save there off the crossbar by Nibra, and the follow-up by Vegas. 45 seconds left, and no! That shot will be denied as well by Vegas. Mirage hanging on for dear life right now with no boost. Nibra's going to try and break out, just trying to waste as much time as they possibly can, but Lights Out, they are hunting right now, but the camouflage on Mirage is working out.
Yeah, Mirage standing strong. That was 3 or 4 grade A chances right at the front of the net. Nibra and Vegas making some great saves to keep this a one-goal game in their favor. That was close, just swept past Vegas, couldn't get the redirect down. But it's in the orange half, running those final seconds off the clock. Although we've seen some 0-second craziness before, we will not see it here.
Yeah, that was a great job by Mirage in the last 45 of that match to keep Lights Out at bay. And then the final 15, 20 seconds were spent in the orange half. Mirage employing that lockdown offense once again. That's what's going to end up closing out their Game 1 win. Lights Out, they had 7 shots to the 8 of Mirage. Just Mirage's defense a little bit superior in this game.
Yeah, and it was kind of 3 separate phases to that game. You had the fairly even first minute or so. Then you had Mirage come out, get that grinding pressure, just kind of a shot here, a shot there. It wasn't sustained like Lights Out's was in the last minute or so, but they were able to just grind away and get those chances, and it paid off for them with that slim 2-1 victory. But they need just one more to get their way into the winners semifinals. So Game 2 coming right up.
Yeah, we'll have to see if that hairline defense that Mirage was playing in Game 1 stands the test of Lights Out offense once again. And the Lights Out, they had, you said it, grade A chances to score on Mirage, and they couldn't find it. So, reminder, this is a best of 3. Mirage just need one more win to advance to the next round. Lights Out, I'm sure, not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah, and of course, even if a team does go down here, they'll just be dropping to the lower bracket, have a chance to make a run from the bottom and still get into that grand final.
Very true. I think either of these teams could make a run in that lower bracket, Scouty.
Yep, indeed they could. Especially Mirage, we've seen them a lot in the previous weeks, frequently going deep in the brackets. So we'll see which, either or both of these teams, as you said, could easily finish in the money tonight.
Nice shot there from Tikaz. That was a banger. Mirage going to find the opener here a minute in. And Kevpert, not the touch they wanted out of the corner. Just got away from them a little bit. Tikaz going to be right there to score it.
Yeah, it looked like they wanted to swing out of the corner and take it with some control. But T-Kaz had the protractor all lined up, tight angle out of the corner, perfectly right on. So it is Mirage with the first goal and the second.
Yeah, you said T-Kaz was perfectly right on in the first play, and then this one. A decent clear off to the side out of Kevper, but Nibra with an even better pass out to Vegas. And it's Mirage doubling up. They want to take this one in a sweep.
Yeah, and Mirage, that is where their strength has been. They've been working as that 3-car unit, finding the infield passes, finding the clears, but they can't find Coco Ice here in time.
Coco Ice, just a straight up aerial play from the midfield boost, and it's superior to Mirage's defense there. Just a great solo play. We'll cut that 2-goal deficit to 1 and lights out. They are still in this thing by every stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, Coco Ice did a great job there. T-Kaz, as you said, tried to get up for it, did get an aerial demo, and they will get a goal here off the pass from Nibra.
T-Kaz, both going for the demo was like, well, I'm not going to find the bump on Doge Moon, so I'm just going to shoot that. Doge Moon couldn't quite read the shot in time. Just a heads-up play right there in the orange box, and Mirage, just as soon as lights out score, they have that 2-goal lead reinstated.
Yep, couldn't get the demo, so they went for the doink, and that was a misconnection by Coco Ice, flipping past that crossing attempt. So lights out still in the offensive end, but that was a good scoring chance that went to the wayside.
Yep.
So here's a long clear out, possible 2v1. Coco Ice, as Dogeman was steering towards the net, but then they broke away. I would have liked to have them stay towards net just an extra second or two, present that passing option, because that gave Mirage a chance to commit to the save once they peeled off.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think a little bit more aggression is going to be needed to break down this Mirage defense. We saw them playing so well in game one. Of course, we can't harp on it enough, but I think more aggression out of lights out offense is going to be what it takes to break down this Mirage team. Here we go, though. Mirage in offense, that is a great chance. They're cleared away by the lights out defense. So lights out playing some defense of their own. And that's important here. You don't want Mirage getting a 3-goal lead past halftime.
Yeah, the higher you go, the harder it is to come back at these upper levels of play. A 3-goal lead, I mean, it is dangerous for the team that's ahead also, because you kind of start taking your foot off the proverbial gas pedal. But once you're down about 3 goals as the team trying to come from behind, that is almost just about the kiss of death. Mirage continuing to grind away. Finally, lights out, going to get a clear beyond midfield. That was a 3v1. Nibber, the only one back. That's floating in front. Doge Moon will get the tip down. So we're back to a 1-goal game.
There we go. There's that player right there in the blue box, ready to receive. All 3 players from lights out in the blue box. And, you know, that's a lot of aggression right there. And so we were saying that they are going to need to break down Mirage. And I think the chaos was to the benefit of lights out right there. Mirage couldn't quite get a read on the play. T-Kaz couldn't find the clear out. And the pop out was right there to a lights out player.
Yep, and now they're looking for an equalizer. As this is in deep. Vegas was demoed out, but Nibra will clear this one away. T-Kaz moving in. It's a little bit wide, but Vegas gonna aerial, couldn't get the shot down. So we're gonna go end to end here. Lights out, still looking for that tying goal.
Yeah, lights out almost got caught out right there. They were playing very aggressive, and I mean, that's not a bad thing here. It's exactly what they need, but they almost got caught out. Luckily for them, Mirage missed the opportunity. So the 1-goal lead still persists. Lights out, though, pushing as hard as they possibly can to equalize it.
Yeah, and as you were saying, they need to show a little bit more of the naked aggression. Lights out has been referring to their accuracy. Their 2 goals on just 3 shots. But quality shots are good, but quantity has a quality all its own, and they've got to get more balls on the net.
Yep, and they're trying. Mirage is just denying them at every side of this game. Just great defense by this Mirage team. And great midfield play, I might add, this entire series out of Mirage. They're keeping possession and leading to Nibra's... Oh, Nibra! Leading to their aerial play. That's going to be a 4th goal now for Mirage off some great midfield play.
Yeah, got themselves a wall flip reset there. just kind of rocked that one like a baby all the way in off the wall, not seriously challenged by Lights Out. Just told it a story and put it to bed, and this is a 2-goal game at the 30-second warning.
Yeah, Lights Out. They're going to need something very, very soon. I don't think they can go down, past those last 15 seconds and hope to score 2 goals there. Especially what we saw at the end of game 1. Mirage are going to do everything in their ability to keep Lights Out of the net, and it's looking very, very bleak for this orange side right now.
Yes, indeed it is. Final seconds counting down. Coco Ice drives that one towards the net, but not able to get it on. Final seconds are going to tick off with a 2-goal margin. It is going to be a 2-0 series victory for Mirage. Their ticket is booked through to the winners' semifinals.
Yes, indeed. And I'll be playing at Gentlemen right there for a chance in the winners finals. That'll be on our main stream on Tactical Banditry in just a little bit. But in this series, Lights Out, they played a really solid series. It just wasn't quite enough to take down Mirage, who defensively and offensively were just, that little bit better.
Yeah, just continued to put up chance after chance, 10 shots to 4 in this game. Lights Out, when they got their chances, they made the most of them. They just didn't get enough against the Mirage defense. Standing strong, holding stout, and they have their ticket booked in for the next match against the Gentlemen. Now, our next match, it looks like we're going to have a couple minutes. We've got Adrenaline's already punched into that one. We've got the Pine Trees versus Empire Esports. They're still going at it. Once their match is set, we'll have that next match going. You have something you want to add there, Bepik?
Yes, actually, thank you. I wanted to say, Nibra, with that closer goal, I just had to, shine the spotlight on that one more time. Because, Coco Ice has the ice in their veins, obviously, but Nibra right there with that play off the sidewall, just, I love the analogy you use. Rocked it like a baby all the way into that orange net. And Mirage, they are a scary team, as always. They participate in Tactical Banditry, these tournaments, quite often. And they are, every single time, even with their new roster this week, they are always a force to be reckoned with. So I imagine they... I'm going to predict it right here, but they are going to advance into the winners finals. I haven't seen the Gentlemen play, obviously, and they could pull an upset, but Mirage is just being Mirage right now, and that's a scary sight for all the teams in this tournament.
Yeah, they've certainly been a juggernaut in the tournaments that we've had here, frequently going deep into the bracket, especially in the winners bracket, going deep, getting their shares of those $300 prize pools each week. But as we said, we'll be moving ahead into the winners semifinal. We're going to be going to intermission for just a few minutes. We're going to get that other match all set up. So we'll be back in just a little bit, but stick around. This is Bandits on Wheels. All right.
Cool.
Welcome back to Bandits on Wheels, everybody. We have the winners semifinals coming up. Once again, I am Scotty P, and joining me again is Mr. Bepic. Bepic, what do we got coming up in this match?
Oh, we've got Adrenaline versus Empire Esports. Adrenaline, they have been on quite the run tonight. They played on the mainstream just a little bit ago, taking that in 2 games, and that was a scrappy match between those 2 teams. And then right before that, they took down the #1 seed of this entire bracket. Integrity Esports was taken down, and let me check one more time. It was a clean sweep. Integrity lost to Adrenaline, so they're on a tear right now. They have not lost a single game all night. So, Adrenaline, definitely the favorites coming into this match, for me at least, but Empire Esports, they're no slouch.
Yep, Empire trying to make their way into that winners finals. By making to the winners finals, they guarantee themselves a position no worse than 3rd, which means they guarantee themselves to be in the money tonight. So that'll be an important step as they move higher up the bracket. So, as we said, Adrenaline coming into this round, having defeated 3 Stooges in the winners' quarters. Empire taking a 2-0 victory over the Pine Trees. So these 2 teams, I'm sure it's going to be a good match, looking to get themselves into that top of the winners' bracket.
Yeah, and Empire Esports, they're also kind of on a run right now. Only lost 1 game all night, and that was in the first round to Irrelevant. So they kind of shook off the rust there after the first match, and they have gone undefeated since. So I'm excited to see what these 2 teams bring to the table. I was watching on the mainstream earlier the Adrenaline versus 3 Stooges match, and Vivid is a player I want to keep my eye on here because they are very mechanically gifted. They were pulling plays out of nowhere that turned into goals for this Adrenaline side. And they've got that 72 PC club tag on. So, they've got at least a connection with that, the king of the bubble scene, that team. So I'm excited to see what Vivid is going to be doing here if they just pop off and pull out, maybe a triple flip reset. That's my expectation. That's the bar I'm setting for Vivid and Adrenaline in this match.
Yeah, I mean, you certainly love to see those high mechanics team plays, but you cannot neglect the fundamentals. You've got to make sure that you get the touches right, that you don't leave any mistakes, because at this high level, any simple mistake, a whiff, a missed contact, as we saw in that last match between Mirage and Lights Out, just one simple missed touch, and that ball is going into your net.
Definitely. I think, I mentioned how the series that was on the mainstream earlier, the Adrenaline versus 3 Stooges, that was a scrappy match because the fundamentals were lacking at times. I don't want to say their players were playing bad, but there were mistakes here and there. There were double commits. There were missed touches. And that's why it was such a scrappy match. And in the end, it was Adrenaline that did end up taking the sweep. But mistakes here, they could go punished more often by this Empire Esports team. And we were about to get into the match, and something happened. So we're going to have to remake this lobby as the players are all dipping out. So you get to hear us talk just a little bit more. And that was a nice goal there, scored by Cryptic. The defense just seemed asleep. Not sure what happened. But we're going to remake the lobby.
Looked like only two members joined into onto the field. I think might have just looked away for a second, weren't ready to get in there with everyone else, and so clock started, match was going, and so then everybody decided to dip out. So we'll reset the lobby and try it all again.
Yep, that's just Rocket League for you right there. If I had a nickel for every time I had to remake a lobby because players joined too early or weren't paying attention, I would have probably a couple dollars, which isn't a whole lot, but it's a lot of nickels to say the least.
Yeah, if you had a nickel for every time you had to reset a lobby for literally anything, you'd have a nice tidy sock full of nickels.
Yeah, I could probably buy a candy bar or 2.
Yeah, now we're just waiting for the teams to get up in here, and it looks like they both are. So get them in here. Take 2.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully this time it'll be a little bit more exciting. Last time around, Cryptics did score an early goal, but it wasn't quite the type of goal we would expect to see at this level. But here we go. For realsies this time, it's going to be Adrenaline versus Empire Esports, trying to book a spot in the winners final. Let's see who takes it.
Yes, indeed. Everyone's here. 6 on the field and 5 on the clock, and game 1 is underway. Some early physical play as Cynical took out Vivid, but they've had plenty of time to respawn and dump this into the end of the Empire Esports.
Yeah, so just midfield battles right now between these two teams, trying to establish possession. Neither one with really any chances. We saw chances very early in the last series between Mirage and Lights Out, but this one, it's kind of just been back and forth, trying to force mistakes out of the other side, see what they're all about. Right now, no one is really the victor. Oh, just a chance. Oh, yeah, shot off by Storm.
Yeah, the double doinks coming out. Cynical and Storm both getting shots, but each one doinking a post. So early chances for Empire coming off of a defensive stand they had to make against Adrenaline. Adrenaline, it looked like they were trying to get passes out of the corners, trying to turn it for a center, but Empire doing a great job at denying those chances, getting into the shooting lanes.
Good heads-up play there by Vivid, having to clear that ball away with a little bit of boost as they were rotating back in. And Empire Esports playing a whole lot of offense right now, but it's going to be Cryptic taking a shot there. Shut down Mizzou. So 0-0 we remain. Cryptic going to be forced all the way back here with that clear ball. But both teams just playing solid right now, keeping the ball out of their own net.
Yeah, both teams have had looks right now. Adrenaline still looking for that first shot on goal, but they've been nibbling all around those corners as here we are again, Zernite. But it's Cynical, again, keeping that glass clean. All 3 members of Empire Esports have the bottles of Windex in their glove box.
Yep. And 2 minutes in, still not many opportunities. There's the first shot on target for Vivid. And it was a pretty weak one. The defense for Empire Esports were still awake on the goal line. And speaking of, Empire Esports very much awake there. Vivid as well, getting that save away. Just no deadly opportunities right now. I'm a little surprised because I was watching Adrenaline in that last series. I've said so many times. They had so many shots on net, just really quick shots too, tough to save shots. And we have seen a very few of those. And I think that's a testament right now to Empire Esports defense. Or, you know, the best defense right now for this team is a good offense. They're in possession of the ball for so much of this game, and it's kept Adrenaline at bay.
And it may just be the difference in the styles, because sometimes you get matched up against a team that you just go very well into, and then sometimes you get into the next team that just plays a completely different style and doinks the post for the 3rd time. That was Cynical with another blast, another one off the left post. So Empire just matching up very well. Their possession game doing very good here into Adrenaline. Just not been able to find the back of the net as of yet, but they're gonna keep trying. It is 9 shots to 1.
Yeah, that is the stat that is defining this entire game right now. 9-1, Empire Esports, though they haven't found a goal. It's both a combination of the shots being just off target and Adrenaline just playing good defense that's keeping this scoreboard at double zeros. And now, Adrenaline with an opportunity. Zernite is just gonna touch that one towards the side of the orange net. And hopefully Adrenaline can find some semblance of an extended pressure play in the orange half. Though they're not going to find a decent shot on net there.
Yeah, again, nibbling out of those corners. They need to start turning it more infield because Empire's had those read like a book every time. They're not getting that ball to the center. But in the meantime, Empire getting their clears out. They're getting plenty of shots, but they're either being saved or they're doinking the post. Because we have 5 saves and at least 3 posts for Empire on those 9 shots. That's a tight ball towards the net, but not quite on.
Oh, opportunity. A good touch there by Vivid. And back on offense, Adrenaline will go. Notice they've been playing a little passively. There was a play a second ago where I believe it was Cryptic. They had an opportunity to go for a ball, and they kind of backed off. They're wary of being too aggressive in this series. They don't want to give easy goals away to Empire. I can understand that, you know, late in this game because they don't want to give it away late. Because, you know, again, this is a best of 3, so you have 2 bad games and you're automatically down to the loser's bracket. But that passiveness out of Adrenaline was not their strong suit in the first series that they played on stream just a little bit ago. It's an opportunity for Mizu. Going to put it towards the net. That's going to be easily cleared away by Vivid. And it's looking like we're going to have overtime. Let's see if Adrenaline and Empire... Well, Adrenaline really pick it up because Empire, they've had a lot of possession here, Scotty.
Indeed they have. Shots 10-1 in regulation. And that may be the thing for Adrenaline. They may just be kind of caught off guard by the aggression that's come out from Empire. They've been stuck on that back axle, having to defend more than they've been on offense. That could have been dangerous by Cryptic. Had to make the save, but it went off their own post and crossbar. Very, very close to being in their own net.
Empire continue with those scary chances. Adrenaline, they're playing good enough defense right now, but if they keep allowing opportunities like that on net, eventually one is going to fall, and only one is what Empire Esports needs right now to take game number 1. So Adrenaline, they need to get a little bit more possession and figure out how to do that quickly. Else Empire going to be walking away with this one.
Yeah, and if you're Empire, you almost just want to slow the ball down just a little bit. I mean, you're getting the ball down, you're getting the possession, but you're just kind of banging the ball towards the net and hitting plenty of posts or hitting it right into the teeth of the defense. They almost need to slow it down, not necessarily look for the style league flicky kind of stuff, but just look for a passing play. Let your teammates have a chance to join the attack instead of trying to take it 1v3 into the teeth of Adrenaline.
Definitely. I think you're exactly right there. You need to also mix it up just a little bit and find better ways to break out of defense, because when Empire Esports have extended plays like this, it's needing hairline saves like that. Vivid, there could have been someone center right there. Vivid had to get to that ball as soon as possible. And now we go, finally a booming clear. Can Adrenaline stay in offense this time?
Yeah, and looking at Empire as they went back right there, I was about to say there's some opportunities in transition, but Vivid's just going to take it all the way to the house.
And Mizu was covering the back post right there. I think they just got frozen. They weren't sure what Vivid was going to do with that ball, and they didn't make a move on it. So the near post defender gets beaten. The back post defender not ready for it. So that's the difference. It's going to be, let's see, 2 shots where it was the final total there for Adrenaline. And they're the ones that go away with the overtime win, Scott. I can't believe that.
Yeah, let's see. What is that? 14 shots to 2 in Empire's favor, but the number that counts is the 1 on the scoreboard, and that goes in favor of Adrenaline. They've got the game up. They're just 1 away from that winner's finals, a guaranteed share of the prize pool. It could be theirs just on the other side of this 5-minute clock.
Yeah, I don't think a repeat of Game 1 is going to be the recipe for success for Adrenaline. They can't just keep barely surviving against Empire Esports in their offense, because eventually Empire, this is a good team. They're going to figure out how to crack the Adrenaline defense. And once they do, Adrenaline isn't able to break out with ease, then they're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, and I think at the tail end of that overtime, Empire started to kind of maybe over-plan for offense and weren't really respecting the defense, because their defensive rotation in the transition was kind of strung out, and so they weren't ready to defend that ball. Vivid was able to take a clean possession in the corner and then was able to work it around for that game-winning shot.
Oh, Cynical, what a shot that was out of the box, beating 2 defenders on the side of Adrenaline. And there we go, Empire Esports finally figures out how to break through the pre-flip off the pass from Storm. Gorgeous to open us up.
Yeah, and the precision from Storm coming off the wall with the spinning aerial, angles that down perfectly, leaves it for Cynical to split the defenders there, and there's a flip reset!
Cynical, this one just marvel at the beauty of this play. They saved their air roll to get onto the flip reset to the very last second, so the defender has to respect that they might be air dribbling, but instead Cynical goes for the flip reset and gets it, and they score that with what looked to be ease. They made it look so easy, but it's so hard to do. And oh, what a save there. Zernite's shot gonna go off the crossbar and the defender. So a minute in, 2-0 for Empire Esports. That's a lot more than they scored on many shots in Game 1. Let's see if Adrenaline has what it takes to score more than just the one they found in Game 1 this time around. Yeah,
the solo play was good for Cynical on that second one, but That first goal, as I was saying, they needed to find each other with the passing plays. They got a clean pass off that right wing and were just able to bury it, able to create a shooting lane with an accurate pass. So that's exactly what they need to keep doing, but a 2-0 lead. We're just about a third of the way into this game, still plenty of time for Adrenaline. Dagger that one in. They got a demo onto Storm, but weren't able to get the shot down as Cryptic held off by Mizu. Technically, they should have 2 saves because they had that great play earlier, but only credited with 1, courtesy of Psionics.
Yeah, that's the way. That's why the points don't paint the entire tale of a game, of a series, really. Because, I mean, if you look at the points in the last game, I don't remember specifically what it was, but Empire, I'm sure they had a whole heck of a lot more than Adrenaline did. And Adrenaline, they're the ones that ended up winning it. So, here we go. Cynical chance. Gonna go off the post, and Cryptic's a good clear out. The extension can be found by Zernite. Shot gonna be on target. Storm will get there in time, but the counterattack play right now for Adrenaline looking deadly. And if they want to take this game too, it's going to, because it's a repeat of game 1 in terms of possession. Empire Esports, they've got a lot of it, while Adrenaline does have double the shots they got in game 1 here already in game 2. It's still Empire with a whole lot of possession. That could be an overcommittal. Shot gonna be off target though, and Cynical's gonna be there to get out at the side.
Yeah, Adrenaline finding the couple more of those opportunities in transition, just haven't been able to bury them. As Storm could have had an open look, but was blown up by Vivid. Good defensive demo there that should lead to a breakout for Adrenaline.
Yeah, but can they hang on to the possession here? That's the question. They want to set up their offense in this orange half. They need to score a goal relatively soon. It's going to be difficult. A 2-goal lead is definitely, you know, it's not super hard to come back from. It's not impossible. But I feel like they need to score relatively soon here to get that deficit down to 1, because they have not had a whole lot of possession when compared to Empire Esports. And when you don't have a whole lot of possession, it's tougher to find those good chances to score on.
Yeah, in the meantime, Empire Esports just kind of driving the ball in and slapping some shots on the net, continuing to get looks, forcing some saves out of Adrenaline, but that one will not be saved. Storm will get on the board.
That's just a straight-up mistake right there. Zernite missing the ball, and Cryptic, I mean, rightfully so, not expecting it. They went for the bump, it looks like, on Storm to try and get him out of the way, but they couldn't land it, and so 3-0 now for Empire. This is more the scoreline that I expected in game 1. You know, expecting us not to go to overtime, for Empire to just clean win it in regulation. And while there still is time for Adrenaline, the way this game is gone, the way the possession game is gone, I don't see them making the comeback.
Yeah, and especially Empire, the shots have been more accurate in this game, 3 off 9, as opposed to the nothing off 12 or 13 they had in the last game. Haven't hit any posts this game. Those shots have been going in fairly cleanly. Yeah,
the post subbing out after game 1 for Adrenaline, and now there's an awkward scrum in the orange box. It's going to set up a chance for Zernite, and off the post and out. Wow, I don't know what was happening there, but I also don't know how that didn't go in.
Storm is how it didn't go in. A desperation touch, slapped it off their own goal post, kept it just out in the nick of time, blown up for their troubles, but they took the hit to make the play, and with a 3-0 scoreline at zeros on the clock, Empire takes the game. We're headed to a decider, game 3 coming up.
Oh, I think this is exactly what this series deserves. It's been, you know, it's not been close in terms of possession, but it's been close in terms of gameplay. Empire Esports in Game 2, they battled back. There were a lot more chances for this Adrenaline side in Game 2 when compared to Game 1, of course. But both games have been pretty close, and I'm excited to see if Adrenaline's able to come away with more possession, more strong opportunities on that orange net in Game 3, or if it's going to be Empire Esports again with the shutout.
Yeah, it was really good adjustments from both teams. You saw Adrenaline getting more looks in transition, getting more shots overall, but Empire was able to shore up their transition defense, kept the ball out of the net, and then at the other end, they couldn't buy a bucket in Game 1. The shots started falling in Game 2. So they were able to come away with that and force this decider, but they can't force the ball out of their net. Vivid with a strike.
There we go. That's how you do it right there on the transition. Zernite with the extension, they stick with it, and they're able to find a waterfall pass down to Vivid, who's in the perfect position to take the first goal in Game 3. Adrenaline starting off perfectly here.
Yeah, Cynical was up for that, had to rush the touch. It just forced it straight up, straight down, and Vivid was ready to slap that one home. So with the early goal, certainly not going to be a pitcher's duel in this one, nor was it in Game 2 as Cryptic led that one in. No follow-up from Adrenaline immediately, but they do retain possession in the zone.
And I think those are the golden words you just spoke right there, Scotty. They retain possession in the zone. That's what Adrenaline couldn't do in games 1 and 2. They didn't have a whole lot of extended pressure in that orange half. And right here, extended pressure is the name of this game. This ball has been in the orange half, I think probably 30 seconds of the first 45, which is perfect for Adrenaline. Their offense is turning it on at the perfect moment in this series.
Yeah, been able to get right back on offense again. It was a splendid effort by Mizu. Won a couple 50-50s in a row to get it down, but then Empire wasn't able to start anything, but now they do. Mizu, that's a flick, not quite over Cryptic. They get a whip on it at the last second, tipping it high. No shot on offer this time.
Cryptic tried there as best he could. Still, though, scoreless is Empire. There's a shot on target, going to be saved very well by Cynical. It's a strong touch out of the zone. And speaking of strong touches out of the zone, that one was strong, but it was right to Vivid. A minute 30 in. It's Adrenaline hanging on to their lead right now, pushing for a second, and Cryptics is going to find it, doubling up the lead. Perfect play there by Adrenaline.
Yeah, wins a good battle against Mizu, brings it out of the corner. The high flick over just nicks the bar on the way down, finds the room between the bar and Cynical. That lead doubled up. We're about a third of the way through this Game 3. Winner of this game will be going to the winner's final against the Gentlemen, who were able to knock Mirage down to the lower bracket.
Oh, that's a shocker there. You know, whoever wins this series is going to have their hands full with the Gentlemen. But we haven't gotten that far just yet. 3 minutes still on the clock. Empire Esports, they're needing to get on the board relatively soon. They've got plenty of time. I'm not as worried about them as I was worried with Adrenaline not being down as the clock ticked down. Here we go. Mizu gonna break out. That gets tipped up by Zernite. Still, the counterattack play is on. Cynical off the corner wall. Not going to find the follow-up in the extension found by Zernite down into the orange half.
Yeah, Empire starting to try to get something going, getting a couple shots on. They're actually being outshot 7 shots to 3. Uncharacteristic from what we saw in both of those first 2 games. It was Empire with the balance of the attack. This time they've been pinned back a lot more, and as a result, a 2-0 lead currently for Adrenaline.
Yep, but can they hang on to it? More offense being played by this Empire squad. It's a little chaotic at times, though. We saw a double commit right there, trying desperately to get the ball center for a teammate or do anything with it that didn't result in the ball going the way of Adrenaline. That's exactly what it did, Storm. That's a ball off the back wall, very much free for Cryptic, but the defenders get there just in time. Again now, Vivid to Zernite. Zernite can't find the extension on the ball. That would have turned into a shot. Still, it's Adrenaline pushing. It's exactly what they need here in Game 3. Waste time. Storm gonna have a chance. Try to get it towards the net or towards Cynical, either one, but it didn't. It went towards an Adrenaline defender. And Empire Esports, it's like the script has flipped, Scotty. They're playing a whole lot of defense while Adrenaline is playing all the offense.
Yeah, it's Empire not able to get it out of their own zone for an extended period. And we're getting into that realm of time where it's, you know, earlier in the game, we had plenty of time. Now there's still time left, but we're getting close to that 1 minute warning. You're down 2. You've got to make something happen starting now. Got to get some more shots on the net because you don't want to be down multiple goals in the final 10 seconds.
Yeah, especially with the way this game has gone. And here we go, a chance for a third goal. Not going to happen. Mizu does well to get it past 2. The counterattack is on. What can Cynical do? Can they get it center? No. And Mizu pushed up aggressively, rightfully so. But it's not going to work out. They're forced all the way back. I'm not liking the prospects right now for Empire. They're going to need to find a goal. They're going to need to find it very, very soon.
Yeah, and it's just been a case of better adjustments when Adrenaline, we saw them refining themselves in game 2. It was Empire that came away with the offense, but Adrenaline looked better and better as things went on. But that one's going to go the distance. A long-range clear from Mizu goes.
Yeah, that's just in. I didn't really see, I guess Zernite just missed the ball as last man, and, you know, when you do that, a goal typically gets scored at this level. So, Empire, they have brought it back to a 1-goal deficit, but can they cap this off? Can they cap the comeback off? Cynical, an opportunity, get the pass, Vivid, chance now for the block. They will not find it on Zernite's clear. It's gonna be up to Mizu. They pop it up, Storm gonna be up to join the ball. They pop it back down for Mizu, catches, but blocked by Vivid. Cynical's gonna be rushing back for this when they have to go up and try to catch. Storm can help their teammate out. Cynical gets the clear down, but the ball will be spiked, and Vivid going to will their team to a win right there on 0 seconds. It was dangerous for just a second for Empire, but, you know, Adrenaline, they take away this series.
Indeed, they do. All 3 members of Adrenaline, as I said, making some great adjustments. They were solid on the defense, got the transition attacks on the offense as well. Cryptic pacing them with 6 shots, which was 1 more than the entirety of Empire in that game. Empire just not able to generate enough chances to get this game equalized in the end. So they will drop to the lower bracket, and it will be Adrenaline claiming a share of that prize pool, going up to the winners final, where they will face off against the Gentlemen.
Yes, and very much deserved. All the series they have played today have been bangers. They've been fun to watch. You know, the one on the main channel earlier, this one especially, and they took down the #1 team in this tournament. So I think it's just that they make it to the winners finals. And unfortunately, Empire Esports can't get there just yet, but they can still make their way to the grand finals if they make a lower bracket run. And then, you know, based on what they showed in games 1 and 2, I think they are most certainly capable.
Indeed, they are. But it will be just a little while before we find out. We're going to take a quick break to reset the lobby. And on the other side of this intermission, winners final, Adrenaline versus Gentlemen. Stick around. This is Bandits on Wheels. Welcome back, everyone. Tactical Banditry presents Bandits on Wheels, continuing here live on Twitch. I am Scotty P, and this is Mr. Bepic once again joining me in the booth.
Yes, indeed. I'm very, very excited for this one. My excitement's been ramping up as we go through the night. This is the winners' finals, of course, so it will be a clean best of 5 between Gentlemen and Adrenaline, who we just saw take down Empire Esports in 3 games. And Gentlemen also coming off a 3-game series with Mirage. These two teams, they have both taken down one of the favorites tonight, Integrity, #1 team in the entire tournament, taken down by Adrenaline. And then Mirage, taken down by Gentlemen in that last series of theirs. So these are the Giant Slayers right now. They're trying to book their spot in the grand finals. We'll see who's able to do it, Scotty.
Yes, indeed. As I said, by making the winners final, both of these two teams guaranteed to be in the top 3 for the night. They've already guaranteed themselves a share of that $300 prize pool. But by making their way into the grand championship, they guaranteed themselves a top 2 payout. And coming from the upper bracket, they also get themselves a game advantage in that grand championship best of 5. So that makes it just that much easier for them to come away with the big win. But first, either of these two teams to get there, they've got to get past each other. A little bit longer series here, Bepic. It is a best of 5 in the winners final.
Yeah, and before this series, I was talking to Cryptic and Zernite in the Twitch chat, and Cryptic, I asked who he thought was going to take this series, and most players would be super, super confident, like Zernite was. Zernite said, "Bro, we winning," but Cryptic was like, "It could go either way," to be honest. So that's high praise coming from Cryptic for this Gentleman's squad. So I think we should have a very close series on our hands. I always hope for this as a caster, but perhaps a game 5 overtime on the horizon. We'll have to see.
I mean, it's certainly on the table. We've seen how good Adrenaline is, and we saw how good of a Mirage team we had in the quarters and what kind of team it would take to knock them down to the lower bracket. But hey, that's enough of us talking. Let's get these guys on the field. Let's see what they can show us.
Oh, yes. I cannot wait. The first 5 minutes on the scoreboard for us. Game 1 just about getting underway between these two teams. 2 top teams, I might add. They might not be names you recognize, but they are top teams in this tournament, and you need to be watching out for all of these players in the future.
Indeed. Opening kickoff takes a neutral play. Zernite rolls it on the net, but a nice save by No Mansion. Joined by their teammates Justin Cap and Blaze, and it's Justin Cap with the first goal.
What a pass and what a shot. No Mansion and Justin Cap linking up. That was beautiful. And I can see why Cryptic was praising this Gentleman's squad beforehand. Because if they could pull out plays like that before the series has really gotten its wheels underneath it, then they are a team that you need to be on the lookout for. This Gentleman's squad starting us out with a bang.
Yeah, but certainly nothing to take away from Adrenaline either. Game recognizes game as it's one side, the orange team of Gentlemen. I'm having a moment here, Bepic, but they had some continued pressure, but Zernite stuffs one off the right post.
That was a great opportunity for Zernite right there, and it's going to continue for Adrenaline. Oh, Vivid can't make contact on the shot. And so it's going to be a breakout opportunity for Gentlemen. It's not going to last very long, though. Zernite immediately puts it back into the orange half, where Cryptic, waterfall it down to Vivid. They have the read, but so does No Mansion, unfortunately. So no shot going to come out just yet for Adrenaline. And 1-0, we stay. Justin Cap, opportunity. Tries to stuff it all the way down to a teammate, but Vivid gets in the way of that. Opportunity again. Blaze centers it. Zernite, the only player there. It's a clean clear into the orange half, where Cryptic is going to collect off the Justin Cap save. They get it past 2, but the demo wasn't enough to get that ball in the net, as the final shot could not be found. Pass opportunity. Where's the final man? Cryptic, no shot, blocked away, and Vivid continues this possession play for Adrenaline, Scotty.
Yeah, Adrenaline just needing like that final touch to get the ball in the net. As you said on that previous play, got it past 2, but in the process of beating the 2, lost the handle on the ball, didn't have a teammate to clean it up, couldn't regain possession in time. So Adrenaline still looking for that first goal, still down 1 against the Gentlemen almost 2, but that shot was wide.
The demo's playing a big role in this game so far, as we've seen several coming out for both sides, setting up opportunities. And that's a change for Adrenaline. I didn't notice that much in the last series. And perhaps they're trying a new strategy, trying to mix it up. They don't want to be scouted all that easily. And we almost saw it working out when Cryptic couldn't quite get around the ball again to score about a minute ago. On the flip side, it's Gentleman with an opportunity right there. No Mansion isn't going to make contact. And so we've hit halftime. The 1-0 lead for Gentleman remains, but it has been threatened several times.
Indeed, it has. 4 shots aside, but just that one goal on the part of the Gentlemen. Very close to a second. Justin Cap rings the bar. That's kept in by Blaze, though no chance for a transition play by Adrenaline. They get it to midfield, but that is all they're going to get for now.
It's going to sting just a little bit if you are the Gentlemen. They were so close. They had an open shot, and the ball rang off the crossbar. We play on. These players play on. Justin Cap trying to find another opportunity. They catch it very, very nicely, but Cryptic going to be there with the goal line defense. Not Adrenaline breaking out.
Yeah, and going back to what you said, saying that was demoralizing, and it very well can be, but at this level, it's not just the mechanics, it's the mental. You've got to have the strong mental. When you keep hitting posts, when you keep hitting that crossbar, when you can't get the shots through, you've got to keep plugging away. And the Gentlemen, they've still got that 1-goal lead. They continue looking to extend that. So I imagine they'll shake off that crossbar pretty easily.
Oh, for sure. You don't beat the top teams in a tournament without having a great mentality. That's exactly what both these teams have, and that's why it's been so close, despite a couple of missed opportunities on both ends. And speaking of opportunities, Justin Cap setting up Blaze with a chance for a center ball. They can't quite find it. Cryptic there again, or that was Cryptic, my bad. Whoever it was, I didn't get to see it in time, but, you know, we continue. This time it's Cryptic going for the center ball, 50s it with Justin Cap, and so they're not going to 50 it with no Mansion. Game of 50s right there. That's a double commit, though, on the side of Adrenaline. That could stunt their offensive play right here. They are the ones that need a goal in the final 40 seconds, and double commits like that aren't going to help them find it. Chance now for Blaze. Shot very much wide. But this Gentleman squad is wasting time. And they're going to find a second goal, Scotty. That's going to be Justin Cap.
Yeah, a good extended stay. It started with Justin Cap beating 2 with a solo maneuver, kept in by Blaze. They get it to the front. Justin Cap with a finish in traffic. They double the lead up. We're just inside the 30-second warning. And so Justin Cap with both the Gentlemen goals going to go for the hat trick. They've got it.
Yeah, Justin Cap off the kickoff. That's going to be a game 1 pretty much set and sealed for the Gentlemen. Justin Cap, a big man in this game. 30 seconds left. Adrenaline still have a chance for some sort of miracle, but it's gonna be tough to pull something like that off at this stage. Gentlemen, pretty much closing out game 1 here.
Yeah, right now you're looking at 6-7 seconds per goal, but you're saying there's a chance, Vivid.
Well, I mean, Adrenaline, that's one way to shut me up. I have a big mouth here saying they are out of it in game 1. But, Gentlemen, I'm going to stick with my guns. I have full faith that they can defend for 17 seconds. They're not going to allow 2 goals, certainly. Right, Scotty? Right?
Well, you never do know. But Vivid throws that one across side to side. Does not get to Cryptic. Taken away by Justin. No Mansion there in the front. There's a demo. They're just going to fiddle around with this one deep in the Adrenaline zone. Final seconds tick off with a 2-goal lead that is unassailable with 0 time left. So the ball hits, and that is the first game up for the Gentlemen.
All right, I took a sigh of relief right there because I was afraid that Adrenaline was going to make me eat my words by scoring 3 goals in the final 20 seconds. Not going to be the case. You'll have to wait another time to see that happen. And I think that is a well-deserved win for the Gentleman squad. 9 shots, 2-5. They handily won the shots game, and that's, you know, Justin Cap with the hat trick to take it. Top of the leaderboard, rightfully so. Gentlemen have the 1-game advantage thus far.
Yes, indeed. Not to take anything away from Adrenaline. They had looks, but it really just felt like the Gentlemen getting the better of them at both ends. Adrenaline never really got the dangerous looks like they did against Empire in that last set. Just weren't able to work the ball inside quite as much. Only 2 saves on the part of the Gentlemen. So not seriously challenged in that game.
Yeah, and perhaps it could be, I don't know this for certain, this could be just coincidence, but Adrenaline, in the last series, they started very, very slowly in game 1. They were able to take it in overtime, which was very, very fortunate, I should add, for them. But in game 2, dropping it, they couldn't quite get that offense going, like you said. Perhaps that's just a trend for them in series. Like I said, I don't know this for certain, but, looking into it, I expect to see their offense ramping up as we get further and further into the series.
Well, here's the thing, though. Even though they didn't score a goal in that second game, they looked better and better with their attacks as they went. They were finding the gaps. They were finding the dangerous chances. So it really just is a case of the best last adjustment, as Vivid almost found that one. Didn't get quite enough power on the touch. It left enough time for Justin Cap, and they make them pay!
Oh, yeah, they made them pay. What a play that was. On the counterattack for the Gentlemen, Justin Cap with a gorgeous shot. Sorry, Cryptic, as good as you may be, you're not saving that. And Gentlemen, going to find the opening goal here again in game 2.
Yeah, redirected brilliantly from Blaze up to Justin Cap. Gets the save at one end, earns the goal at the other end. So almost a 2-goal swing against Adrenaline here. But they're going to have to fight back. Still a ton of time, but now they are down 2.
Yes, they are. And it's just good offense there by this Gentleman's squad. And a couple misses, contributed to it. But still, a nice shot by Justin Cap. And we know he can shoot. We saw a hat trick in game 1. And he's continuing his reign of terror here. This Gentleman up 2-0.
Yeah, right now, Justin Cap with 100% of the offense for the Gentlemen. All 5 goals scored by them. But we know that their teammates will easily be looking to join in the action, as this ball spending a lot of time on that blue half. Nice back pass from Justin to Blaze, though, denying the easy clear.
Yeah, you point that out perfectly, because it's a small nuance of Rocket League, like plays like that continue the offensive possession. And while it's not going to get them a goal, it gets them possession. It wastes time, wastes boost for Adrenaline, makes it less likely for them to score on the other end. So that back pass right there, keeping possession, was very, very important. And Justin Cap and Blaze, they're just that good. And No Mansion too. Like I say Justin Cap and Blaze because they were the ones with the back pass right there. But this whole squad, just the fundamentals you like to talk about so often. They play the fundamentals so well.
Yeah, indeed. No Mansion, they haven't really gotten in the touching, but they're filling the rotation correctly. They're getting in the lanes. They're in the defensive positions where they need to be. It's just a matter, is the ball going to fall to where they are? Is it going to be their teammates getting it? But they're doing the job that they need to do. They're filling their role on this team. And so right now, 2-0 and 5-1 overall in the series so far is the score line for the Gentlemen.
Oh, that was a chance there for Cryptic. Now it's going to be cleared away by Blaze. They're going to follow it into the blue corner. That's a double tap, but dangerously across the box. But I guess Zero9 knew what they were doing. There's a pass. Blaze going to shoot it. And Justin Cap's scoring streak is still intact. I was afraid that someone else on Gentlemen was going to score besides Justin Cap. Not going to be the case, though. No Mansion trying to do something with zero boost. Blaze going to try and set up a pass. Not going to happen. They went for the bump, but Vivid evaded and found the clear. Still, though, it's Gentlemen. This offense is so persistent. And the midfield play, just so good. Blaze taking the ball away from Adrenaline as soon as they got it. And that's why Gentlemen have been so good in this series so far.
Yeah, taking the ball away in the midfield, getting the corner cycles here, not letting them get the easy clears out as No Mansion gets involved in the scoring, also completing the playmaker for Blaze.
3 defenders on the back line for the blue team right there, and none of them expected it. Zernite got that little extra touch off of the, who got the assist there? Well, Blaze got the assist there. They did a nice job of just hitting the ball into that back wall defender, and it caused the 2 defenders on the back line to not expect where the ball was going. And 3-0 now for the Gentlemen. And it is no Justin Cap conceding one to No Mansion. Allowed them to score, but hold that thought. I was talking about Gentlemen, but it's Adrenaline scoring a goal here, Scotty.
Yeah, Cryptic upfield to Vivid, a nice redirect off the wheels. Justin Cap, I think, expecting more of a roof or nose touch, expecting more power. They were out in front of that save, so that sneaks in past them. Adrenaline got one up on the board. 100 seconds to go in this game, too, but they still lack 2 goals. Will they find one here? No, a couple saves in a row by the Gentlemen.
Yeah, good defense there by the Gentlemen. They're going to have to keep playing it, though, because Adrenaline are really pushing for that second goal. They want to shore up that deficit right here, right now. Not to go into the final minute kind of worried about having to score 2 goals. Let's see what Cryptics can do. That's a 50 win by No Mansion, and Cryptics, they couldn't do much against the superior 50 game by No Mansion right there. It's going to set up Blaze, and they're going to find a 4th for the Gentlemen. This orange squad starting to run away with it here, Scotty.
Yeah, and this is like all No Mansion here. I mean, not just the actual assist, the pass that leads to the goal, but the amount of time that they killed off in the defensive zone, just steering around with that ball, keeping it away from the Adrenaline attackers that gave their teammates a chance to reset, get boost, reestablish their positioning. Then they move it up, and they take it the coast to coast, and Blaze finds that goal.
Yeah, all facets of the Gentleman's game this series has been good. The counterattack play, just straight up possession play in the blue half, and their defense. They have held so strong, only conceding 1 goal to Adrenaline in both games, so 2 overall. With 40 seconds left, it's getting out of hand quick for Adrenaline, and they've taken down a couple of good teams tonight, but they don't want to have to reverse the Gentlemen, and they've still got a chance. We know they're never out of it. This Adrenaline squad trying to make a lead comeback here.
Yeah, Vivid bangs that in. Blaze not able to clean the glass there. Had 2 defenders coming, but they weren't able to close that window quickly enough. Adrenaline, they managed to close it back to 2 goals, but last game they weren't able to get any closer than that. Let's see if they can snug this down, or if it will be the Gentlemen going to match point.
Yep, and trying to bring it down the line as Cryptics combined with Vivid. It's going to result in a fairly easy touch out center. By Blaze, Zernite extended. Cryptic with a chance. Shot will be off the crossbar there with no follow-up by his teammates. So now they just have to kill time, this Gentleman squad. Vivid running out of boost. They get a small touch on it. Zernite tried as they might. Will not be able to find a goal. And 4-2 the final in game number 2. Gentlemen on triple match point.
Yes, indeed. They've got the keys to the janitor's closet, and they have a chance to examine the implements inside. Possible sweep coming out, but they looked very, very good. No hat trick for Justin Cap this time, but all 3 Gentlemen players getting at least 1 goal. Blaze with the nice playmaker, and Justin Cap kind of sneaking in with a savior medal as well. The defense was tested by Adrenaline at the tail end of that game, but just weren't able to get enough balls through.
Yeah, Justin Cap can do it on the offensive end and the defensive end. Only shooting 100% there, I might add. So well-deserved MVP medal. And Gentlemen, they have 3 opportunities to close out Adrenaline and book their spot in the grand finals. They've got to be excited right now. But Adrenaline, you can't count them out. They've made slight comebacks at the end of games 1 and 2. Now they're going to have to make a full comeback in terms of game wins. Can they do it, Scotty? What's your prediction? I'm putting you on the spot right here. Can Adrenaline force a game 5?
They're going to have to make some adjustments here, because right now it looks like the Gentlemen are in full control of this match. But we saw them make the adjustments against Empire. They are capable of making those changes, finding the opportunities. The question is, with how strong the Gentlemen are the opportunities there to be had?
Yeah, we'll have to see if that is the case. Adrenaline going to have to make those adjustments. So with that clear down, touch backwards by Justin Cap, though it's off to the corner where No Mansion can safely corral it. Though Vivid opportunity, Justin Cap with the save again. So good on both ends, and it's going to turn into a counterattack play. Shot by Blaze off the post and out. Oh, that would have been gorgeous if it had gone in. Wire-to-wire plays right now. Shot blocked by No Mansion. Follow-up shot blocked by Blaze. 45 seconds in, the fireworks are erupting. Adrenaline continue their offensive push. Vivid over Blaze, trying to center it now off the back wall. Where's the teammate? Zernite caught up in the midfield, can't quite get to it. Cryptic gonna put it back in for Zernite. Minute gone. Zernite Pass out center. And the clear is finally found by Gentlemen. But that was a crazy sequence of events that nearly resulted in several goals for Adrenaline.
Yeah, 3 shots credited and 3 saves credited to the orange side. The Gentlemen, all 3 players getting a save. Everybody collapsing to the net, keeping that ball out, even if by the slimmest of margins. Adrenaline feeling it. They continue to press in. Zernite, that's whipped high. A little too much power.
Yeah, but they're pushing right now. That's important for this Adrenaline squad. They need to find goals here. They don't want to make it close. They don't want to lose a close one and go down in the clean sweep. But here, Gentlemen, opportunity. Justin Cat missed it off the back wall, and it will result in a bit of possession for Adrenaline, but can they do anything with it? They haven't been able to find those finishing touches. They've been very, very close. The defense has kind of squandered those opportunities for Adrenaline, but they need a goal. I want to see them have the opening goal here to have a very good opportunity to take Game 3.
Yeah, they've been doing a good job here so far, blocking any attempts the Gentlemen have had to try to transition. Haven't been able to find the goal yet, but they've had plenty of opportunities through this first half of this game. And with the way the scoreline is going, it may not be as one side in favor of the Gentlemen. It may only take 1 goal. We just have to see which team blinks first, who makes that first critical mistake.
Yep, and 5 shots to 1 right now is a stat I want to keep an eye on. The shot, well, now it's 5 shots to 2, so they get one back, Gentlemen does, but Adrenaline get one of their own, and it was almost a goal. Vivid couldn't find the follow-up. Cryptic, a great setup for his teammate. Unfortunately, not going to find the mark. And 2 minutes left. Still a goal yet to be scored for either squad. And now it's Gentlemen trying to change that. Blaze in the blue corner. That's center ball chance. It's going to be actually on well, off the post. Still, 2 minutes left, and now finally a Gentleman. They're starting to find their opportunities, and Justin Cat finally going to find a goal.
Yeah, I was almost going to say that was a double commit for the Gentlemen in that corner, but no Mansion with all the momentum. They fly even further than the ball does on that one, able to circle around, keep that ball in, and that opens it up for Justin Cap to grab the rebound, get the finish. So once again, it is the Gentlemen scoring first, a little bit later than in the previous 2 games, but they're going to follow it up a heck of a lot quicker.
Oh my word. No Mansion. That you need to add to your own highlight reel. The fake into the solo dribble into the musty. Gentlemen double up their lead. I have no words for that. No Mansion is cracked.
I believe the word is hashtag swag. I mean, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it with some flair, as you said, coming out with the musty. So no Mansion showing that Justin Cap's not the only one with the scoring touch. So now it is a 2-0 lead for the Gentlemen. After all that time that Adrenaline were able to hold this thing equal, it's just right back to the Gentlemen being in control with a multi-goal lead.
And the shots now even. Gentlemen, they've capitalized on more of their opportunities than this Adrenaline squad has, and I think that's the key right now. A minute left, and Adrenaline, they need 2 or they're going to be swept. That was a deadly opportunity. The finish couldn't quite come in, and now the over-aggression by Adrenaline going to be punished. And a minute left, they're going to have to come back from a 3-goal deficit now.
Yeah, Cryptic got a demo. I believe it was onto Justin Cap, but that left it open for Blaze to sweep up that ball. It was just a soft roller, no need for a challenge because there's no defender there. So it's a 3-goal lead inside the last minute. And so Adrenaline, they're going to need to manufacture a miracle or they will be dropping down.
Yeah, Adrenaline's the team to do it. They can pull goals out of nowhere sometimes, but the defense for Gentlemen is just, it's immaculate in this game. They have kept so many strong opportunities out of the net. Like this one, well, that shot's not going to be on target. They won't find the follow-up, so the clear going to come out. No saves needed by Gentlemen right there. They've got a chance of their own. No Mansion, shot on target. Blocked by Vivid. Counterattack play is on. Zernut, right place, right time. Adrenaline, get one back.
It is right place, right time, but I question whether it's too little too late. This is now the 3rd time where Adrenaline have gotten down 3 or more goals before they finally get one on the board. There's only 18 seconds left on the clock. I have to feel that the janitor's closet, not only does the gentleman have the keys, that door is unlocked.
Yeah, they are they've got their hands on the broom right now. It's up to adrenaline to kind of distract them a little bit and make sure they drop the broom, but I don't think it's going to happen. It's going to be gentlemen. Get out the broomsticks. They have swept adrenaline. The gentleman has swept adrenaline. There's the own goal to cap it off. It'll get credit. And 3-2 the final scoreline in Game 3, but the more important final scoreline is in the series, and that is 3-0 in favor of adrenaline.
Yeah, just a little bit of fun to end off the game. When you have the multi-goal lead, clock hits zeros, that's what you can do. You can just kind of send it off with a little bang. The respect given between these two teams, all the way through this match. Both teams, like I said at the start, game, respect, game. Both of these teams were great. Gentlemen just a little bit better. And so they've punched their ticket into the grand champion as the winner's bracket representative. They are going to have that game advantage.
Yes, they will. That's going to be against either Empire Esports, Mirage, or the team we just saw them play, Adrenaline. Adrenaline will be dropping down to the loser's bracket, unfortunately for them, but they'll be playing either Mirage or Empire Esports. So that'll be a very, very interesting lower side of the bracket, but you'll have to check it out on Tactical Banditry because that's going to do it for us here on GW Esports tonight. Scotty, it was a pleasure casting with you as always, and take us out to finish it.
Indeed it was. As Bepic said, we'll be flipping over to the A stream, Tactical Banditry. They're going to be picking up with the losers final and also the grand championship. You've seen the level of play we have to offer, folks. You do not want to miss a minute of it. Please join us over on the A stream for the rest of the action tonight. But for Bepic, for Gitago running the back of the side of the stream, I am Scotty P. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.